Hey, my name is Julie Paez, the team leader of the JWP group, and I am coming to you from Phelps, Wisconsin today. I decided to pick the Phelps Town Hall, or not Town Hall, but the town center sort of, as the place to start the Phelps video. You can see right behind me this great big beautiful area. It used to be the downtown grocery store. They took it down a few years ago and left it as a beautiful open park area. And then we did this little downtown park setting here, a couple of piers for people to pull up on their boat if they're sitting out on North Twin, and then walk behind me here into town to one of my top 5 favorite northern Wisconsin ice cream shops, right back there, open all summer long. Get your ice cream while it's cold. They do live music on a little bandstand behind me, which you can see right there every Wednesday night or many Wednesday nights. And then right behind me here is one of the trailheads for the Conover Phelps bike trails. So again, huge amount of activity up in Phelps. We are about 19 miles north of Eagle River. The north side of the Phelps Township is Michigan's Upper Peninsula. You're bordered on Forest County by one side, to the south, the Township of Washington, and to the west, the Township of Conover. So you are nicely nestled here at the very farthest point of Vilas County, which is awesome. Great place. Phelps is filled with wonderful, good fishing lakes, recreational lakes, trails, systems galore. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But now just a little bit about Phelps. So this town is nestled within 650,000 acres of Nicolet National Forest, as well as Ottawa National Forest. And the headwaters of the mighty Wisconsin River and the Deerskin River begin in Phelps, and the other waters flow into Lake Michigan. So you're surrounded by some really big and stunning water. Actually, right behind me is North Twin. We're going to take a drive down Highway Key so you can see sort of the nestledness and the uniqueness of the roadway, Highway K, which is a beautiful road to travel up here in Phelps. But this is a 2,600 acre lake, Phelps, in North Twin, which also connects to South Twin for about another 700 acres of waterfront. So really big water behind me, excellent fishing, don't tell anybody. From my past clients that have bought or sold real estate on Twin, is one of the best fishing, even ice fishing lakes in the North Woods. You've got Barefoot right there behind me, and you've also got the ice cream store I already pointed out, and then Phelps' adorable downtown is right down there, all lined with flowers right now. It's really beautiful. They do Scarecrow Fest, they have a Maple Syrup Fest, just a lot of great things up in this community. And just a couple other unique things about Phelps: 41 lakes, 37,000 acres to roam, 1,395 miles of trails, and 40 snowmobile trails up here in Phelps. I'm going to drive you around the downtown, give you a little bit more facts, and then I'm going to take you out on Highway K so you can sort of see the little nestling of the North Twin, north side of the lake, and see how beautiful it is up here. So now I'm going to take you right down Highway 17 so you can go right through the downtown Phelps area. Look at those beautiful flowers in the summertime. Everything is so gorgeous. On our right, you can see the sidewalks. On the left is actually North Twin Lake. You should start to be able to see it now. A lot of beautiful waterfront here. Again, North Twin's a big lake. You've also got beautiful long and big sand up in the Powhatan Passage, which is some of the most expensive real estate in northern Wisconsin. Those are 2 fantastic connected lakes with amazing fishing as well, and beautiful recreation too. A lot of water. Right here's the Old World Charm Bed and Breakfast that used to be the Christensen Estate, which traded hands a couple of years ago, and now they turned it into a beautiful Airbnb. Here you're going to see that little park that I was sitting at, and really just a lovely setting. We're going to come around the corner just through the downtown. There's our ice cream store, Barefoot's Marina to the right, and then here's a little residential area of Phelps right up here. We're going to go up here towards the school. So a lot of people don't know that Phelps has its own school. They have a elementary, a middle, and a high school, and they have a fantastic welding program as well up here. So you could be up in Phelps. You also have in downtown Phelps area, you also have high-speed internet, Charter Spectrum, which is one of the few areas in the Northwoods that has internet there. And then there's going to be our fire department over there, our Catholic church, and then School Road, I believe we just passed over here, or we're coming up to it. So there's really a lot of history up here. Early town in northern Wisconsin. I believe in the 1890s it was settled. There's our school over here to the right, and another park. I believe this is Waverly Park, where they have a huge amount of outdoor parks and activities, as well as down by the waterfront. that. But a lot of history up here. Early 1800s, it was developed. It was Hackley, I believe, initially, but they used to get it confused with another town in Wisconsin, so they renamed it Phelps around 1913. So this town has been around for a very, very, very long time. Very big, intertwined with logging and fur trading, and that was sort of the staple and the roots for Phelps, Wisconsin. So now I'm going to take you down Co-op Road before we go down Highway K, which runs along the shorelines of North Twin, just so you can see how rich and lush it is in here in the summertime. Look at no houses, no driveways, all town roads plowed and maintained by the Township of Phelps. But look at how beautiful and lush the greenery is up here. It's really a spectacular place to live. And with over 40 snowmobile trails, over 20,000 miles of trails to hike, there's really a really beautiful infrastructure up here in northern Wisconsin for outdoor recreation. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off and come back to you with a few more facts and figures. Look at how beautiful as you come into Phelps from 17. And there's our ice cream shop from the other side. And again, nothing but water. Public restrooms, the whole 9 yards. All right, I'm going to take you right down here. We're going to turn on County Highway K so you can start to see a little bit of what the scenery in Phelps, Wisconsin is. Now you can see to my left, you see those bike trails, ATV, UTV routes there. You've got little rest areas here, little stop sign, which is also works really well for everything is well marked, whether you can do it by ATV, by UTV, by bicycle, how the trails are used all year long, which is pretty fantastic. So again, on our left is the big lake there. You can see more trail infrastructure right here. The Conover Phelps bike trails have really done a beautiful job in creating an infrastructure that is really friendly to the cyclist. And as you can see it winding, they even put in the bridge infrastructures, the whole 9 yards. But now as we get up here, we're going to turn on Highway K so you can get a really lovely idea of what a typical town road in northern Wisconsin, up in Phelps, Wisconsin, really looks like. And you can see the little driveways, the waterfront twinkling through the trees here as we go down the road. More bike and trail infrastructure in place right there. Another thing about Phelps that a lot of people don't know is they have one of the least density as far as people per capita as most of the townships that we've talked about. They are, I believe, 19 people per square or per acre, not per square acre, but about 19 people per acre. I think when we talked about some of the other townships closer to Eagle River, that was in the 20s and the 30s. I think Vilas County as a whole is about 34. Look at how beautiful that infrastructure is right there for the bikers. They also have about a 19.5 mile commute daily the people in Phelps have, which is actually less than the average in the country, which is about 25 miles. Biggest difference being in northern Wisconsin, when you're going 19.5 miles to work, you're actually doing it in 20 minutes versus I used to do a commute in Atlanta, Georgia, and 19 miles could take me an hour and a half on any given day. So sometimes, at least in the North Woods, when you're going 19 miles, you're actually traveling 19 minutes instead of an hour and a half. So that's another great thing about Phelps. Highway 17 is the main road north into town, and it's a state highway. The rest of the highways up here are all going to be town roads instead of major state highways. And I think I'm going to turn the camera off now, since you can kind of see how beautiful and lush everything is. Everything on the left is lakefront property with these amazing long winding driveways that are just beautiful, and then nothing but lush green forest everywhere. And when we get back to the office, I'll put on the big map so you can see a little bit more. Hi, I know I've shown you some of these great signs before, but here is a perfect example. Phelps via the lake, convenience center for gas, Dublin Sports Bar and Grill, as well as no parking here, and public boat landing parking right behind me. See how beautiful that is? This is a road that leads right to one of the public boat landings in the Northwoods, and these signs are for the snowmobilers so that the snowmobilers kind of know where they are. So imagine this all covered in white snow. You're dark of night trying to figure out where you're going to go on the lake, if to the nearest restroom, nearest bar for a cocktail or for some soda or lunch. And you've got these great little signs sprinkled all over the Northwoods that sort of say, okay, gas that way, food that way, downtown that way. And then of course right behind me is one of the public boat landings. I'll drive you up there so you can take a look at it, but really easy access, black trap all the way in. You can drop off your boat, come park your boat and trailer right here, and you can go and spend the day on the lake. And that's the beautiful thing about the Northwoods. With so many lakes, if the one that you're looking at is maybe quiet because you want to come home to peace and quiet, but you have company in town, you want a day of big fishing and full wreck, usually there's a public boat landing just like this somewhere near you within 5. Hey, we are back at the office, and I just kind of wanted to take a second and give you the general lay of the land for the township of Phelps so you can see on the map where this fits in the big puzzle piece of the Northwoods. So I'm going to flip the camera and kind of show you a little bit of things and talk you through a few more things about fantastic Phelps before I let you go today. So give me a second to flip the camera. So here is the township of Phelps. As you can see, it's this little cutout. If you remember, Conover had that little thumb, and then it goes all the way down. So Upper Peninsula, Forest County, and the township of Washington, and the township of Conover. So you're sort of nestled in there. And then this is on the big county image. Here's Phelps on the very end of Vilas County. So this is the final little piece before you get to the Upper Peninsula and the next, basically the next county over. So a lot of great things. Again, over 41 lakes in the township of Phelps, tons of miles and miles of trails and camping and all kinds of great stuff. I know one of the things I neglected to mention is Blackjack Forest, which is right here. You can see Blackjack Wilderness Trail has over 5,800 acres of land, and it's called Blackjack Springs. Great 14-day camping trips. It's a really wild area filled with beautiful trails and hiking and camping if you're an outdoor enthusiast. It's sort of based around what they call Whispering Lake, which is right here in the middle of it all, right up in Phelps. So legend has it that if you're on one side of Whispering Lake, you can yell across and you can hear yourself clear as a bell on the other side of the lake, which is something I've never done, but learning a little bit more about Phelps has made me want to go out there and take a look at it. So really a fantastic place. So again, Phelps, filled with outdoor recreation. You have tons of waterways, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing trails, ATV, UTVing, hiking and biking. There's camping, there's trapping, there's campgrounds, there's bird watching, wildlife observation, geocaching, as well as the normals, ice fishing, summer fishing, fly fishing, canoeing, kayaking, and paddleboard. So Phelps is really a wonderful gateway to everything the Northwoods has to offer. It can help find you the perfect spot in Phelps in northern Wisconsin. Give us a call, and we would love to be your personal tour guide and show you what is unique and great about Phelps, Wisconsin. Have a great day.